Rutgers University found that as we make our way to Election Day, over 40 million eligible voters in the United States have a disability. Does that community feel disenfranchised right now with the way our voting system is set up?
I think in many ways, I wouldn't want to speak for the whole community because it's not a monolithic community that has any single opinion about anything really. It's a very diverse group, but I think by and large, there is a lot of frustration about accessibility to polling stations. Sometimes in some communities, polling stations are located in historical buildings that have just always been used for these purposes, but may not be up to Americans with Disabilities Act standards. Sometimes the ballot process itself is not accessible. Sometimes it's difficult to get assistance with casting a ballot. Other times there are other issues like not having the polling places on transportation routes, or having difficulty with transportation. And then one of the biggest boons for people with disabilities engaging in their civic uh, rights to vote was mail-in balloting. And I think that in a lot of ways that was a great thing that happened, but there's been a lot of misinformation that has caused some people with disabilities to not trust if they do mail in a ballot that it will be counted or that their vote will be cast. So sometimes that presents additional challenges as well.
It's really alarming to hear these challenges presented to voters with disabilities this close to Election Day. I mean, early voting is underway in many states. Election Day is less than 2 weeks away. Is it too late to fix or address these problems?
I don't. I think in some ways there are things that we need to be continuously working towards to learn from what we're doing. So there are some things that it might be too late for us to fix for this cycle. But having said that, I think that every single cycle that those who are the officials responsible for everything from design of election systems and ballots to the design of, or the choosing of polling sites and the number of polling sites and those locations. I think that every single year, those individuals really have a responsibility to be consistently, continuously asking themselves, how do we make the vote more accessible to people with disabilities? And that's where they can engage with the community of people with disabilities to make sure that on a continual year by year basis, we're continuously raising the bar. But I also think this is a place where certified rehabilitation counselors like myself, who have education experience working with people with disabilities and ensuring that they have access to the workplace and to education and other environments, also have access to the ballot.